Everything you desire is already within your reach, waiting for you to claim it. The power that governs the entire universe is not outside of you, but within you. To act as if everything always works out for you is not merely to pretend it is to live in a state of certainty and knowing that all you seek is already yours. Close your eyes for a moment and picture your ideal life. What do you see? Is it wealth, health, love, success? It does not matter what form your desires take, for they are all expressions of one fundamental truth. Everything is working out for you. The very act of imagining it brings it closer to you. Now consider this your current reality. No matter how it looks, it is nothing more than a reflection of past beliefs. It is not fixed, nor is it final. Everything you experience today was once created by your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. This means that at any moment you hold the power to change it by shifting your inner world. To live as if everything always works out for you is to embrace this power with unwavering faith. It is to acknowledge that you are the architect of your reality. The key is belief, for belief shapes reality. But how do you cultivate this belief? Begin with a simple truth: the outer world mirrors the inner world. What you feel and think about most consistently will eventually materialize in your life. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law of creation. You are constantly creating, whether you realize it or not. The only question is whether you are creating by design or by default. To act as if everything always works out for you, you must first assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Whatever it is you desire, feel as though it is already done. If it is financial abundance you seek, how would you feel if you were already wealthy? If it is love, how would you feel if you were already in a deep, loving relationship? If it is health, how would you feel if your body were already vibrant and strong? Cultivate that feeling within you now. Life from the end, not as someone waiting for things to change, but as someone who knows that they have already changed. You must feel the reality of your desire with such intensity that it becomes more real to you than your current circumstances. This may seem challenging at first because your senses will try to convince you otherwise. You will look at the world around you and it may seem as if nothing is working out. But remember, your senses are not the final authority. They merely reflect the past. The present moment is your opportunity to rewrite the story, to step into the version of yourself where everything always works out. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the invisible force that turns your inner conviction into outer reality. When you act as if everything always works out for you, you are activating this faith. You are no longer reacting to the world around you instead. You are creating the world you desire from within. Let me remind you of something profound. You do not need to know how things will work out. The how is not your concern. Your only task is to remain faithful to the end result, to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. The universe will orchestrate the events, circumstances, and people necessary to bring it to pass. Trust that everything is already in motion, even if you cannot yet see it. What is required of you is persistence. You must persist in the feeling of your desire, even in the face of doubt, fear, or delay. These are but illusions, distractions meant to test your faith. Do not waver. Continue to act as if everything is working out for you, and it will. Now let's talk about the power of imagination. Imagination is the workshop of the mind where all creation begins. Everything that exists today was once imagined by someone. The chair you sit in, the phone you use, the clothes you wear, all were first conceived in the mind before they became physical reality. Your imagination is your greatest tool in acting as if everything works out for you. Use it to your advantage. Each day, take time to imagine yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the peace that comes from knowing that everything is working in your favor. And here's a secret. When you consistently imagine your desires as fulfilled, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your world. Opportunities will appear seemingly out of nowhere. People will come into your life to help you, and circumstances will unfold in ways that support your vision. This is not coincidence. It is the natural consequence of living in alignment with the reality you wish to create. One of the greatest mistakes people make is to focus on what is not working. When they encounter obstacles or challenges, they let those circumstances dictate their thoughts and feelings. But here's the truth: what you focus on expands. If you focus on problems, you will attract more problems. If you focus on solutions, you will attract solutions. If you focus on everything working out for you, then it must, by law, work out. Remember, your feelings are the compass that guides your reality. If you feel worried, anxious, or doubtful, you are moving away from your desire. But if you feel calm, confident, and certain, you are drawing it closer to you. Cultivate the feeling of certainty, even when the evidence is not yet visible. It is also important to release the need for control. Often people try to force their desires into being, thinking that if they just work harder or push more, they can make things happen. But true creation does not come from force, it comes from flow. When you act as if everything always works out for you, you release the need to control every detail. You trust that the universe is handling it for you, and you allow things to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean you do nothing. You will still take action, but it will be inspired action. You will feel a nudge, a pull, an intuition guiding you toward the next step. And because you are aligned with the belief that everything is working out, the actions you take will be effortless and effective. I want you to understand that acting as if everything works out for you is not a temporary state. It is a way of life. It is a mindset you carry with you in every moment. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, you meet them with the confidence that they are simply stepping stones on the path to your desired outcome. You do not let setbacks derail you, for you know that in the grand scheme everything is working out in your favor. So I invite you now to step into this reality where everything always works out for you. Feel it in your bones, in your heart, in your soul. Life in that space of certainty. Trust in the unseen forces working tirelessly on your behalf. And as you do, you will witness the unfolding of a life beyond your wildest dreams. Everything you want is already yours. Act as if it is, and it will be. Everything in life flows from a single source. When you recognize that you are connected to this source, you begin to understand that all things, no matter how seemingly unrelated, are working together in harmony to fulfill your desires. This truth is the foundation of acting as if everything always works out for you. When you align yourself with this awareness, you shift from a mindset of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and faith. You start to see that life isn't happening to you, but rather through you. This shift in perspective changes everything. You no longer feel the need to question every event, every encounter, or every challenge. Instead, you realize that each moment, every situation, is part of a greater design. It's not random or chaotic. It's perfectly orchestrated for your highest good. Even those moments that seem like failures or setbacks are integral pieces of the puzzle. They are necessary for your growth, preparing you for what's to come. When you trust that everything is working out, even in the moments of uncertainty, you tap into a deeper sense of peace and clarity. There is great power in deciding that everything is always working out for you. This decision anchors you in a state of unwavering faith. Once you make this choice, your life begins to reflect it. Things that once seemed impossible now feel within reach, as if the very fabric of reality is bending in your favor. And it is. The moment you choose to live from this place of absolute certainty, the universe responds in kind. What you believe becomes your truth, and your world rearranges itself to match your inner conviction. But how do you maintain this belief when things appear to be going wrong? When life seems to be falling apart? When obstacles pile up, How can you continue to act as if everything is working out? The key is to remember that appearances are deceiving. What you see with your physical eyes is merely a reflection of old energy, outdated beliefs, and past thinking. It is not the final outcome. You are always in the process of creation, and what's happening now is simply a bridge to where you are going. It's essential to remember that nothing is ever truly wrong, even in your most difficult moments. You are being guided. Life is not punishing you, it is preparing you. Sometimes the path to your desires requires you to let go of something, whether it's an outdated belief, a limiting relationship, or a situation that no longer serves you. These experiences may feel painful in the moment, but they are always for your benefit. When you trust that everything is working out, even the challenges become opportunities for growth and transformation. Consider this every time you faced a difficulty in the past. Hasn't it eventually led to something better? Perhaps it wasn't immediate, but with hindsight, you can see how those challenges pushed you to grow, to evolve, and to become stronger. When you begin to view life through this lens, you start to see that every challenge is a stepping stone to your ultimate success. This is what it means to act as if everything always works out for you. It is to trust, without hesitation, that even the darkest moments are leading you toward the light. One of the most powerful ways to maintain this mindset is through gratitude. When you are grateful, you acknowledge the good that already exists in your life, and in doing so, you attract more good. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. It aligns you with the frequency of abundance, and when you operate from this space, the universe responds by giving you more to be grateful for. Even when things seem difficult, there is always something to be thankful for. Focus on those things, no matter how small, and you will notice a shift in your energy. The more you appreciate the good, the more good will flow into your life. In this state of gratitude, your desires no longer feel distant or unattainable. They feel inevitable. You begin to see evidence of their manifestation in the smallest of ways. Perhaps someone offers you an unexpected opportunity, or you find yourself in the right place at the right time. These are not coincidences. They are signs that everything is working out for you. The universe is constantly communicating with you, offering clues and nudges to guide you toward your desires. When you act as if everything is working out, you become attuned to these signs. You see them clearly, and you follow them with confidence. It's important to note that acting as if everything always works out for you doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It means choosing to see beyond the current circumstances, knowing that they are temporary and that a greater plan is unfolding. It's about shifting your focus from what appears to be going wrong to what is going right, even if you can't yet see it. This shift in focus changes your energy, and when your energy changes, so does your reality. Another crucial aspect of this mindset is self-love. To act as if everything always works out for you, you must believe that you are worthy of good things. You must believe that you deserve to have your desires fulfilled. Often people sabotage their own success because they don't truly believe they are worthy of it. They may say they want something, but deep down they doubt their own worthiness. This doubt creates resistance, blocking the flow of abundance. When you truly love and accept yourself, you open the door for miracles. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth or seek validation from others. You know that you are enough exactly as you are, and that everything you desire is already yours. This self-love creates a powerful magnetism, drawing in the experiences, people, and opportunities that align with your highest good. When you love yourself unconditionally, you naturally act as if everything always works out for you because you know that you are deserving of nothing less. In addition to self-love, patience is another key element. Acting as if everything always works out for you requires a certain level of trust in divine timing. Sometimes things may not happen as quickly as you'd like, but that doesn't mean they aren't happening. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it's not on your preferred timeline. The universe knows the exact right moment for your desires to manifest, and that moment will come when you are truly ready to receive. In the meantime, continue to live from the end, embodying the feeling of your wish fulfilled, knowing that it is on its way. It's also important to release attachment to specific outcomes. When you act as if everything is working out, you don't need to cling to a particular result. You understand that the universe may have something even better in store for you. By letting go of rigid expectations, you allow the flow of life to guide you to something beyond your imagination. This doesn't mean you stop desiring or visualizing what you want. It simply means that you remain open to the possibility of something even greater than what you envisioned. When you adopt this mindset, life becomes a dance of co-creation. You set your intention, you align with the feeling of your desire, and then you let go, trusting that everything is working out perfectly. You don't need to micromanage the process or worry about every detail. Your job is to stay aligned with the energy of your desire, to feel it as if it is already done, and to allow the universe to take care of the rest. Every day as you move through life, remind yourself that you are supported. The same energy that created the stars and the planets is working on your behalf. It is guiding you, protecting you, and ensuring that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. When you truly understand this, there is no room for fear or doubt. You walk through life with confidence, knowing that every step you take is divinely guided. And so, as you go about your day, carry this truth with you that everything always works out for you. No matter what happens, no matter what challenges arise, you are being led to something greater. Trust in this process, for it is as natural as the rising of the sun. Life is not a series of random events. It is a carefully orchestrated symphony, and you are the conductor. Act as if everything is always working out, and it will. You have within you the power to shape your reality. The moment you decide to live from a place of unwavering faith, everything changes. You no longer react to the world you created. And as you do, you will find that everything, absolutely everything, always works out for you. When you embrace the belief that everything always works out for you, you shift from a mindset of limitation to one of boundless potential. This transformation begins internally in the way you perceive and interact with the world around you. You move from a place of reaction to a state of creation. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles, solutions where others see problems. This shift is not just a change in perspective, but a fundamental realignment of your entire being with the flow of abundance and success. To fully embody this mindset, you must engage in a consistent practice of self-awareness and self-care. Begin by observing your thoughts and feelings with kindness and curiosity. Notice when you slip into patterns of doubt or fear. Recognize these moments without judgment, and gently redirect your focus back to the truth that everything is working out for you. This practice of mindfulness helps you stay aligned with your desired reality, even when external circumstances seem contrary. It's also important to cultivate a deep sense of trust in the process of life. Trust that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when things appear to be going wrong. This trust is not blind optimism, but a profound faith in the natural order of things. When you trust that everything is working out, you release the need to control every detail of your life. You understand that the universe has a much greater perspective and that it's orchestrating events in ways that are beyond your comprehension. Consider the analogy of a seed growing into a tree. When you plant a seed, you don't see the process of growth happening beneath the surface. You trust that the seed is doing its work, transforming into a plant, even though you can't see it. Similarly, when you act as if everything always works out, you are planting the seeds of your desires. You trust that they are growing and developing, even if you can't see the results immediately. This trust is essential for maintaining your alignment and staying in the flow of abundance. A powerful way to reinforce this belief is through the practice of visualization. Visualization is not merely daydreaming. It is a conscious act of creating your desired reality. Spend time each day vividly imagining yourself living the life you desire. See the details, feel the emotions, and immerse yourself in the experience as if it is happening right now. This practice helps to solidify your belief that everything is working out for you. The more real and tangible your vision becomes, the more likely it is to manifest in your physical reality. As you visualize, remember to focus on the end result, rather than the process. Imagine the feeling of having achieved your goal, rather than fixating on how it will come about. This approach aligns you with the energy of success and abundance. When you focus on the end result, you are effectively communicating to the universe that you are ready to receive. This clarity of intention helps to attract the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will bring your desires into fruition. Another essential aspect of this mindset is the practice of affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that help to reprogram your subconscious mind. By repeating affirmations that reflect the belief that everything always works out for you, you reinforce this mindset at a deep, unconscious level. Create affirmations that resonate with you and reflect your desires. For example, you might say, "I am aligned with the abundance of the universe," or "Everything in my life is unfolding perfectly." Repeat these affirmations daily, preferably in a relaxed state, to embed them into your subconscious mind. In addition to affirmations, it's important to surround yourself with positive influences. The people you interact with and the environments you immerse yourself in can significantly impact your mindset. Seek out individuals who support and uplift you, who share your beliefs and aspirations. Engage in activities that inspire and energize you. By creating a positive environment, you reinforce the belief that everything is working out for you and minimize the influence of negativity and doubt. One of the most profound ways to experience this mindset is through acts of kindness and generosity. When you give freely and with an open heart, you align yourself with the flow of abundance. Giving is a powerful way to reinforce your belief in the universe's generosity. It's a reminder that there is always more than enough to go around, and it helps to dissolve any fears of lack or scarcity. Acts of kindness not only benefit others, but also create a ripple effect that brings more positivity and abundance into your own life. Consider the practice of journaling as a tool for reinforcing your belief that everything works out. Journaling allows you to express your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, helping you to gain clarity and insight. Write about your successes, your desires, and your gratitude. Reflect on how past challenges have led to positive outcomes and how your current situation is unfolding perfectly. This practice helps to reinforce your belief that everything is working out by providing concrete evidence of the universe's support. Another key aspect of this mindset is to maintain a sense of flexibility and openness. While it's important to have a clear vision of your desires, it's equally important to remain open to unexpected opportunities and outcomes. The universe often has a way of surprising us with solutions and blessings that we couldn't have anticipated. By staying open and flexible, you allow yourself to receive the best possible outcomes, even if they differ from your original plans. It's also beneficial to regularly engage in practices that center and ground you. These practices help to maintain your alignment with the belief that everything is working out. Activities such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, and mindfulness can help to calm your mind and connect you with your inner self. When you are centered and grounded, you are better able to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and confidence. Remember, the journey to acting as if everything always works out is a continuous process. It requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. There will be moments of doubt and uncertainty, but these are merely opportunities to deepen your trust and commitment. Each time you encounter a challenge, use it as a chance to reaffirm your belief that everything is working out. Embrace these moments as part of your growth and transformation. As you continue on this journey, you will begin to notice a profound shift in your experiences. Opportunities will present themselves, and doors will open in ways you hadn't imagined. You will find that people, resources, and circumstances align perfectly with your desires. This is the natural consequence of living from a place of unwavering faith and belief. Embrace the knowledge that you are a powerful creator. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs shape your reality. By acting as if everything always works out for you, you align yourself with the flow of abundance and success. You become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities. Trust in this process and know that the universe is always supporting you. To act as if everything always works out for you is to live with a deep sense of faith, trust, and alignment. It is to understand that your inner world creates your outer world and that everything you desire is already on its way. By maintaining this mindset, you open yourself to a life of limitless possibilities and boundless abundance. Remember, everything is always working out for you, and as you continue to live from this belief, you will witness the unfolding of a reality beyond your wildest dreams. As you immerse yourself in the belief that everything always works out for you, you become attuned to a profound sense of inner peace and resilience. This sense of tranquility is not dependent on external circumstances, but arises from an unwavering trust in the natural order of the universe. It is a trust that no matter what challenges you face or how the external world appears, there is a greater force at work that is guiding everything towards your highest good. This trust allows you to navigate through life with a calm assurance that, in the grand scheme, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. To deepen this trust, consider the power of surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up or resigning yourself to fate. Rather, it means releasing the need to control every aspect of your life. When you surrender, you acknowledge that there are forces beyond your control that are working in your favor. You let go of the need to micromanage the process and instead focus on aligning yourself with the feeling of your desires already fulfilled. This surrender opens up space for the universe to work its magic and brings you into harmony with the flow of abundance. Practicing surrender also involves letting go of the need for immediate results. Often people become discouraged when their desires don't manifest as quickly as they'd like. They may question whether their efforts are in vain or whether they are doing something wrong. However, the process of manifestation is not always linear or predictable. Sometimes the universe needs time to align all the elements required for your desires to come to fruition. By practicing patience and trusting in the timing of the universe, you allow the manifestation process to unfold naturally. Furthermore, it is important to cultivate a mindset of non-resistance. Resistance occurs when you focus on what you don't want or when you fight against the flow of life. This resistance can create friction and delay the manifestation of your desires. Instead of resisting, embrace the flow of life and move with it. When you encounter challenges or obstacles, approach them with curiosity and openness rather than frustration or anger. See them as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as roadblocks. This mindset of non-resistance helps you to remain aligned with your desires and allows for a smoother, more effortless journey. Another aspect of living as if everything always works out for you is to maintain a high vibrational frequency. Your vibration, or the energy you emit, has a direct impact on what you attract into your life. When you are in a state of joy, gratitude, and positivity, You align with the frequency of abundance and attract similar experiences. Conversely, when you are in a state of negativity or doubt, you align with lower frequencies and attract experiences that match that energy. By consciously choosing to raise your vibration through positive thoughts, feelings, and actions, you enhance your ability to manifest your desires and experience the abundance that is already on its way to you. Engaging in practices that elevate your vibration can be incredibly beneficial. Activities such as spending time in nature, engaging in creative pursuits, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding yourself with positive influences can all contribute to a higher vibrational frequency. Additionally, taking care of your physical well-being through exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest supports a positive and energized state of being. When you prioritize your well-being and engage in activities that uplift you, you naturally align with the belief that everything is working out for you. It is also valuable to recognize and celebrate the small victories and progress you make along the way. Often people focus so much on the end goal that they overlook the incremental steps and achievements that lead to it. Celebrating these small wins reinforces the belief that everything is moving in the right direction and helps to build momentum. Acknowledge and appreciate every sign of progress, no matter how minor it may seem. This positive reinforcement keeps you motivated and aligned with the feeling that everything is working out for you. Additionally, consider the role of self-compassion in this journey. Be gentle with yourself and acknowledge that there will be moments of doubt and uncertainty. Self-compassion allows you to navigate these moments with kindness and understanding rather than self-criticism. It helps you to maintain your alignment with the belief that everything is working out, even when you face challenges or setbacks. By treating yourself with compassion and understanding, you create a supportive inner environment that fosters resilience and growth. Another crucial element of this mindset is the practice of letting go of the need for validation from others. Often people seek external validation to confirm their worthiness or to reassure themselves that they are on the right path. However, true validation comes from within. When you believe that everything is working out for you, you no longer need external approval to feel confident in your path. You trust in your own intuition and inner guidance, and you know that you are worthy of your desires simply because you are. This internal validation strengthens your belief in the process and enhances your ability to manifest your desires. As you continue to embody the belief that everything always works out for you, you will notice a shift in your perception of the world. You will begin to see patterns and synchronicities that reinforce your faith in the universe's support. Opportunities will present themselves in unexpected ways, and you will find that things fall into place with greater ease and grace. This alignment with the flow of abundance creates a ripple effect that enhances every aspect of your life, from your personal relationships to your career and beyond. Remember that this journey is not about achieving perfection or avoiding challenges. It is about cultivating a mindset of unwavering faith and trust in the process. It is about recognizing that you are a powerful creator, capable of shaping your reality through your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. By acting as if everything always works out for you, you align yourself with the flow of abundance and success, and you open yourself to a life of limitless possibilities. In conclusion, living as if everything always works out for you is a profound and transformative practice. It requires a deep sense of trust, surrender, and alignment with your desires. It involves maintaining a high vibrational frequency, celebrating progress, and practicing self-compassion. It is about releasing the need for external validation and embracing the belief that you are worthy of all that you desire. As you continue to embody this mindset, you will witness the unfolding of a reality that reflects your highest aspirations and deepest dreams. Have trust in the process and know that everything is always working out for you. Before the world awakens and the first light kisses the earth, let your heart be lifted in gratitude. The moment you open your eyes, you have been given another day, another opportunity, another canvas upon which to paint the masterpiece of your life. And so, before you step into the world, step into awareness. Recognize the infinite presence that breathes life into you. Know that you are not alone, for the divine mind moves through you as you, shaping every moment of your existence. Gratitude is not merely words spoken in passing. It is the key that unlocks the abundance of heaven itself. What you appreciate appreciates. What you give thanks for expands. Every blessing you acknowledge multiplies. This is the sacred law, written not in books, but upon the heart of creation itself. You are not waiting to be blessed. You are already blessed. You are not waiting to receive. You are already receiving. The great secret of life is to recognize this truth and to give thanks before the evidence appears. In the stillness of the morning, close your eyes and feel the presence of the divine surrounding you. Speak with certainty. I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for the love that flows through me. I am grateful for the unseen doors that are opening, for the miracles that are already set in motion. Even before my feet touch the ground, I know that everything I need is already provided. Let this be the rhythm of your heart, a song of gratitude that moves with you throughout the day. When you give thanks, you align yourself with the highest vibration of the universe. You are no longer pleading, you are proclaiming. You are not asking in doubt, you are affirming in faith. To give thanks is to step into the reality of your answered prayer, to claim the fullness of what has already been given. It is a shift in consciousness, a transformation of the mind. And as you walk in gratitude, the world must reflect that which you carry within. Every challenge is a hidden gift. Every obstacle is a disguised blessing. Give thanks not only for what is easy, but for what stretches you, for the trials that refine you, for the lessons that shape you into the highest expression of yourself. Nothing is against you. Everything is working for your good. So instead of fear, choose gratitude. Instead of worry, choose faith. Let every breath be a silent prayer of thanksgiving. The world may say, I will give thanks when I see the blessing, but the awakened soul knows I will give thanks now, and the blessing will appear. This is the mystery of creation, the secret of manifestation. Whatever you desire, bless it. Whatever you seek, give thanks that it is already yours. When you walk in the awareness that you are divinely guided, provided for, and loved beyond measure, you will see the evidence unfold before your eyes. Rise each morning with a heart full of gratitude. Let the first words upon your lips be words of thanksgiving. The day ahead is already blessed. The path before you is already clear. Walk in faith, speak with certainty, and give thanks in all things. What you sow in gratitude, you shall reap in abundance. Each morning, as you awaken from the depths of sleep, you stand at the threshold of infinite possibilities. In that sacred moment between sleep and wakefulness, the world has not yet claimed you, and your mind is most receptive to divine impressions. This is the time to plant the seeds of gratitude, for what you acknowledge now will shape the day before you. Give thanks, not merely in words, but with the full power of your feeling. Let gratitude rise from the depths of your being and flood every corner of your soul. Let it become the atmosphere in which you move, the very breath that sustains you. Nothing in your life is by accident. Every event, every encounter, every experience has been orchestrated by the unseen hand of divine intelligence. The challenges, the joys, the delays, and the breakthroughs, all of it is serving a greater purpose. When you choose to see through the eyes of faith, you understand that nothing is missing. Everything you need is already present, waiting for you to recognize it. And so, with this knowing, you give thanks in advance. You speak as if the blessing has already arrived. You walk as if the doors have already opened. You carry yourself with the confidence of one who knows that all things are working together for good. There are those who spend their days longing for what they do not have, believing that happiness will arrive with the next achievement, the next possession, the next moment. But the wise understand that joy is not found in the pursuit of more. It is found in the recognition of what already is. Look around you. Breathe deeply. Feel the warmth of life moving through your body. This moment is a gift, and the more you acknowledge it, the more blessings will reveal themselves to you. The abundance you seek is not something outside of you. It is within you, waiting to be recognized. What you focus on expands. If you wake up and dwell on what is missing, you will experience lack. If you dwell on what is wrong, you will encounter more obstacles. But if you wake up and give thanks for even the smallest blessings, you will find that those blessings multiply. Give thanks for the roof over your head, for the breath in your lungs, for the unseen forces guiding your every step. Give thanks for the strength within you, for the lessons that have shaped you, for the unseen hands that have carried you through the storms of life. Nothing is too small to be acknowledged. Nothing is too insignificant to be celebrated. Every morning as you rise, remind yourself that you are walking in divine favor. The universe is conspiring for your highest good. Even when you do not see the way is being made. Even when you feel lost, you are being led. Even when you cannot understand the purpose of a challenge, trust that is refining you, shaping you, preparing you for something greater. There is nothing in your life that is wasted. Every experience is a stepping stone. Every delay is divine redirection. Every disappointment is an invitation to trust deeper. And so, instead of questioning, you give thanks. Instead of doubting, you surrender. Instead of resisting, you allow. The secret to an abundant life is not in striving, but in receiving. The moment you give thanks, you align yourself with the flow of divine abundance. You cease struggling, you cease searching, you step into a state of knowing. And in this state, blessings find you effortlessly. Miracles unfold before your eyes. Solutions appear where there once were none. Doors swing open that you never even knocked on. This is the power of gratitude. It transforms your world from the inside out. What if, for just one day, you decided to give thanks for everything? Not just for what is pleasant, but for everything. What if you thanked the people who challenged you, for they're your greatest teachers? What if you thanked the closed doors, for they redirected you to something better? What if you thanked the delays, for they protected you from unseen harm? What if you thanked even the pain, for it revealed to you your strength? If you could do this, you would discover a secret hidden from many, that nothing in your life is against you. Everything is for you. Begin each day with this understanding, and you will find that the world mirrors it back to you. What you expect, you will experience. If you wake up anticipating goodness, goodness will meet you at every turn. If you wake up expecting favor, favor will follow you wherever you go. If you wake up declaring that today is blessed, watch as blessings unfold in ways you never imagined. Your thoughts are powerful. Your words are creative. Your gratitude is magnetic. There is a great mystery at work in this universe, one that many fail to see because they are too distracted by appearances, but you are not among them. You have awakened to the truth that what you feel within will be reflected without. The world does not determine your experience. Your inner state does. If you walk in gratitude, you will walk in abundance. If you walk in appreciation, you will walk in joy. If you give thanks for what is, you will open the floodgates for more to come. As you move through your day, keep this awareness with you. Let every step be a prayer of thanksgiving. Let every interaction be infused with appreciation. Let every moment be a reminder that you are divinely guided, infinitely loved, and endlessly blessed. Do not wait for something to change before you give thanks. Give thanks now, and watch as everything begins to shift. It is not a practice. It is a way of being. It is not something you do. It is something you embody. When gratitude becomes your natural state, lack disappears. Fear dissolves. Doubt vanishes. You are standing in the midst of a divine orchestration, a grand design beyond what your eyes can see. Every detail of your life is held in perfect order. You are never forgotten. You are never forsaken. You are never without help. The infinite presence that formed the stars, that set the sun in motion, that breathed life into all creation, is the same presence that moves through you. And if that presence is for you, what could ever be against you? The greatest secret is not in getting more, but in recognizing what you already have. When you understand this, your life will be forever changed. You will cease striving. You will cease worrying. You will rest in the knowing that you are already provided for, already taken care of, already complete. And in this knowing, you will find peace. In this knowing, you will find joy. In this knowing, you will find that there is nothing left to do but give thanks. So let this be your morning prayer. Let this be the song of your heart. Let this be the vibration you carry into the world, not as a fleeting moment, but as a way of living, not as something you remember, but as something you become. Give thanks not just with words, but with your entire being. Give thanks not just when it is easy, but especially when it is difficult. Give thanks not just for what you see, but for what is yet to come. And as you do, watch as the universe moves, as doors open, as blessings unfold, as miracles abound. Watch as life itself rises to meet you, reflecting back the gratitude that you have so freely given. Every breath you take is a divine gift, a sacred reminder that life flows through you effortlessly. You do not command the sun to rise, nor do you instruct the earth to turn. Yet these things happen in perfect harmony, just as your life is unfolding in divine order. When you recognize this, when you truly see the infinite intelligence that sustains all things, you cannot help but give thanks. Gratitude becomes the natural language of your soul. It is not something you practice, it is something you embody, something that overflows from the depths of your being. You are never lacking. The illusion of lack comes from failing to see the fullness of what already exists. But when your eyes are open, when your heart is receptive, you see that you have always been provided for. Every need has been met, even before you became aware of it. The breath in your lungs, the beat of your heart, the very energy that moves through your body, these are all signs of the divine presence working in you. The moment you acknowledge this, you shift into a new reality, one where struggle ceases and blessings flow freely. There is no need to beg for what has already been given. You do not plead for the sun to shine or the rivers to flow, for you know they are constant. Likewise, you need not plead for abundance, for it is already yours. Your only task is to recognize it, and you recognize it through gratitude. Each time you give thanks, you align yourself with the divine current of life. Each time you acknowledge the goodness that surrounds you, you open yourself to receive more. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the storehouse of blessings that have always been available to you. Do not let the distractions of the world blind you to the miracles unfolding in every moment. Many live in a constant state of wanting, always reaching for something just beyond their grasp. But wanting only creates more wanting. The secret is not in desiring more, but in recognizing that you already have enough. And as you give thanks for what is, you create space for what is to expand. This is the great paradox. When you are grateful, you receive more to be grateful for. The world will try to convince you that you are incomplete, that you must strive, that you must prove yourself. But the truth is you are already whole. Nothing outside of you can add to or take away from the essence of who you are. The love that created you is the same love that sustains you. And in that love, there is no lack. When you give thanks, you are affirming this truth. You are declaring to the universe that you recognize your completeness. And in doing so, You magnetize all that is in harmony with your highest good. Each morning is a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to step into the fullness of life. What you set in motion at the start of your day will ripple throughout every moment that follows. If you begin with worry, worry will color your experiences. If you begin with gratitude, gratitude will shape your reality. It is not the circumstances that determine your day, but the state of your heart. And the heart that is filled with thanksgiving walks in peace, in joy, in divine favor. You are never alone. The same presence that moves the tides and calls forth the stars is the presence that moves within you. When you trust this, when you know it deep within your soul, there is no room for fear. Fear cannot exist in the presence of gratitude. Doubt cannot survive in the heart that knows it is cared for. When you truly give thanks, you dissolve every worry, every limitation, every false belief that has ever held you back. You step into a state of allowing where all that is meant for you flows effortlessly into your life. Give thanks for the things you cannot yet see, for in the unseen realm, they are already forming. Just as a seed takes root in the darkness before it breaks through the soil, so too are your blessings unfolding, even when you do not yet perceive them. The moment you express gratitude for what is coming, you accelerate its manifestation. You align yourself with the reality where it already exists. You step into the awareness that what you seek is not in the future. It is here now, waiting for you to claim it. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a vibration, a frequency that resonates with the very fabric of creation. When you give thanks, you send out a signal that attracts more of what you are grateful for. You shift your consciousness from lack to abundance, from separation to unity, from fear to love. And in this state, miracles become the norm, not the exception. You are no longer a passive observer of life. You become a conscious creator, shaping your reality with the power of your thoughts and feelings. Look at your life through the lens of gratitude, and you will see that nothing is being wasted. Even the moments that seem difficult, even the seasons of waiting, even the times when you felt lost, all of it was guiding you, teaching you, preparing you. When you give thanks for these moments, you transform them. What once felt like obstacles now become stepping stones. What once seemed like loss now reveals itself as redirect. Gratitude allows you to see the hand of the divine in all things. You are already blessed beyond measure. You do not need to chase blessings. You only need to recognize them. And as you recognize them, they multiply. The more you acknowledge the goodness in your life, the more goodness you will experience. This is not a theory, it is a law. As certain as gravity, as sure as the rising sun. You have seen it in your own life. When you focus on lack, lack increases. When you focus on abundance, abundance grows. You hold the key you always have. Let this moment be one of deep, heartfelt gratitude. Feel the warmth of divine love surrounding you. Feel the certainty that all is well. Feel the peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. Give thanks for who you are, for where you are, for all that is unfolding. Let gratitude be your prayer, your affirmation, your way of being. And as you do, watch as the world mirrors back to you the beauty, the abundance, the limitless blessings that have been yours all along. Giving thanks to God is one of the most powerful and transformative practices we can engage in each day. It sets the tone for the day, aligning us with gratitude and positivity, and helps us recognize the many blessings in our lives. When we wake up in the morning, we are gifted with a new day full of endless possibilities, and our first act should be one of deep appreciation to God for this opportunity. It is in the simple yet profound act of giving thanks that we open ourselves to experience peace, joy, and abundance. As we begin our day, let us pause for a moment to reflect on the goodness of God. He has provided us with everything we need, our health, our families, our homes, and the breath of life. Each of these blessings is a manifestation of His love and care for us. In the midst of our busy lives, it's easy to overlook these gifts. But when we intentionally pause to give thanks, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective brings forth an energy of gratitude that can impact every aspect of our day. The act of thanking God is not only about recognizing the big blessings, but also the small ones, the little things we often take for granted. We might wake up in a comfortable bed, have food to eat, or be surrounded by loved ones. These everyday gifts are divine expressions of God's provision, and when we take time to thank Him for them, we begin to see the abundance in our lives. It's the small moments, like the warmth of the sun, the sound of birds chirping, or the feeling of a gentle breeze, that remind us of God's constant presence and care. In this moment of gratitude, we also acknowledge the challenges we may face. Even in difficult times, we are called to give thanks, for God does not leave us in our struggles. He's with us through every hardship, guiding us and providing us with the strength to endure. There is always a lesson in the trials we face, and when we trust in God's wisdom, we can find peace, a knowing that He is working everything together for our good. The practice of giving thanks in the face of adversity deepens our faith and helps us remain hopeful, knowing that our circumstances are temporary and God's promises are eternal. When we thank God each morning, we also open ourselves to receive the gifts He has in store for us throughout the day. Gratitude is a magnet for blessings. The more we give thanks, the more we attract things to be thankful for. This divine exchange is a beautiful flow of energy that connects us with God and the abundant universe He has created. It is through gratitude that we acknowledge His presence in every moment and remain open to the flow of His love and blessing. As we start our day with gratitude, we align ourselves with God's will. Thanking Him first thing in the morning centers us, bringing us back to a place of spiritual balance and peace. We are reminded that He is the source of all our blessings, and it is only through Him that we are able to experience life in its fullest form. Each breath we take is a gift from God, and every step we take is guided by His hand. Acknowledging His presence and thanking Him for it grounds us in the truth that we are never alone. He is with us, guiding us every step of the way. In this sacred moment of prayer, we reflect on the countless ways God has worked in our lives. We remember the times when He has provided for us, healed us, and guided us through difficult moments. Each answered prayer is a testament to His faithfulness, and each blessing is a reminder of His love. As we reflect on these moments, we are filled with a deep sense of gratitude and awe for the ways God works in our lives. We remember that we are not the sum of our achievements, but rather the recipients of His grace, and for that we give thanks. When we focus on God's blessings, we cultivate an attitude of abundance. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison and desire for more, but when we thank God for what we have, we shift our mindset from lack to abundance. We realize that we already have everything we need, and that is more than enough. God's blessings are not limited by our circumstances, but rather by our ability to recognize and appreciate them. The more we acknowledge His goodness, the more we see it everywhere we look. In the quiet moments of morning prayer, we also invite God to lead us through the day ahead. We trust that He will guide our steps, give us wisdom, and help us navigate the challenges that may arise. With God's guidance, we can face any situation with confidence, knowing that He is in control. We can walk through our day with a sense of peace, knowing that no matter what comes our way, God is already ahead of us. Preparing the path, thanking God each morning also allows us to release any burdens or worries we may carry. In His presence, we find rest for our souls. When we trust in God, we can surrender our anxieties and fears, knowing that He is bigger than any problem we may face. This morning prayer is not just a time to express gratitude, but also a time to release and let go of anything that may be weighing us down. We lay our burdens at His feet, trusting that He will take care of them in His perfect timing. As we offer our morning prayers of thanks, we are reminded of the power of words. Our words have the ability to shape our reality, and when we speak words of gratitude, we are creating an atmosphere of positivity and abundance. Words of thanksgiving invite God's presence into our lives and into our day. They help us focus on the good and magnify His blessings. By speaking these words of gratitude, we are declaring our faith in God's goodness and acknowledging His power in our lives. Throughout the day, we can carry this spirit of gratitude with us. As we go about our tasks, we can continue to thank God for His provision, His wisdom, and His presence. Gratitude is not just a one-time act, but a continuous attitude that transforms our hearts and minds. When we choose to live in gratitude, we begin to see the world through a lens of positivity and possibility. We become more aware of the blessings around us, and we begin to attract more things to be thankful for. Let us take a moment to thank God for the gift of this day. We thank Him for the breath in our lungs, the strength in our bodies, and the love in our hearts. We thank Him for the opportunities that await us, for the people we will meet, and for the lessons we will learn. We thank Him for the peace that surpasses understanding and the joy that fills our hearts. We thank Him for the simple pleasures and the grand blessings. We thank Him for His grace, His mercy, and His unfailing love. As we move forward into the day, let us carry this spirit of thanksgiving with us. Let our words and actions be a reflection of our gratitude to God. Let us be mindful of the blessings we have, and let us give thanks for them each and every day. May our hearts be full of gratitude, and may our lives be a testament to God's goodness and faithfulness. And as we go about our day, may we continue to count our blessings, for in doing so, we open ourselves to receive even more of the goodness that God has in store for us. As we continue on this journey of gratitude, let us reflect on how deeply our hearts are connected to God's love and provision. Every moment of our existence is an opportunity to acknowledge Him, to thank Him, and to allow His divine presence to fill every part of our lives. There is something profoundly transformative about starting each day with a heart full of thanksgiving. It shapes our attitudes, our decisions, and our responses to the world around us. When we begin our day in this way, we invite God's peace into our hearts, creating an environment of harmony and spiritual alignment. In the stillness of the morning before the world awakens, we have a precious opportunity to commune with God. This quiet time is a sacred moment to remember that He is the creator of all things, and in Him all things hold together. We are reminded that He is the source of every good gift, and every blessing in our lives flows from His loving hand. Each day is a new gift, and it is up to us to recognize the beauty and the potential that it holds. When we wake up and say thank you to God, we acknowledge that He has given us yet another chance to live, to love, and to serve. Giving thanks in the morning is also a reminder of the many blessings that we may sometimes take for granted. We often become so focused on the things we want or feel we lack that we overlook the abundance we already have. But the truth is that we are rich in blessings. Even in moments of struggle, God is present, and there are countless things we can give thanks for. Our health, no matter how fragile, is a gift. The people we love and who love us in return are gifts. The breaths we take, the thoughts we think, and the experiences we have are all gifts. The more we open our eyes to these blessings, the more we begin to see the endless ways that God is at work in our lives. Let us not forget the profound impact that a grateful heart can have on our mental and emotional well-being. Scientific studies have shown that gratitude has a direct effect on our happiness. When we express thanks, we release feelings of negativity and stress, replacing them with positive emotions and peace. This is not only a mental shift, but it is a spiritual one as well. God has created us to live in a state of joy and contentment, and gratitude aligns us with that divine design. It opens us up to receiving more of His goodness and allows His joy to flood our hearts. In the morning, when we take the time to thank God, we are also setting the tone for the day ahead. We are declaring that no matter what comes our way, we will choose to see the good. We may face challenges, but we know that God is with us, and that is reason enough to be thankful. We are acknowledging that even in the midst of difficulty, He is faithful and His love never fails. When we express gratitude, we activate our faith, trusting that God will lead us through the day with wisdom and strength. With every challenge, He provides us with the tools and grace we need to overcome. The power of thanksgiving extends beyond our own lives and into the lives of those around us. As we give thanks, we become a light to others. Our gratitude is contagious, and it invites those we encounter to recognize the blessings in their own lives. We become carriers of God's love and peace, radiating His goodness to everyone we meet. Our attitude of thankfulness can be a source of encouragement to those who may be struggling or feeling discouraged. When others see our joy and peace, they are drawn to the same source of blessing, God Himself. Thanking God each morning also serves as a reminder of the promises He has made to us. The Bible is full of promises that remind us that God is always with us, that He will never leave us or forsake us, and that He will provide for all our needs. When we give thanks, we are not only acknowledging the blessings we have, but we are also declaring our faith in God's promises. We trust that He will continue to provide, guide, and protect us. Our gratitude becomes a testimony of our trust in His faithfulness. It strengthens our confidence that He is working everything together for our good, even when we don't fully understand the circumstances. In our times of prayer, as we thank God for the blessings we've received, we also become more aware of our role in His divine plan. We are reminded that we are not here by accident, but that God has a purpose for each of us. Every blessing is an opportunity to serve, to give, and to be a blessing to others. When we are grateful for what we have, we are more likely to share it with those around us. Our blessings are meant to flow through us. And when we thank God, we open our hearts to be vessels of His love and goodness to others. Each moment we spend in gratitude strengthens our connection to God. It deepens our relationship with Him and allows us to experience His love in a more intimate way. When we take the time to give thanks, we invite God into every part of our lives. We surrender our plans and our desires to Him, trusting that His will for us is good. We trust that He knows what is best for us and that He will guide us toward the fulfillment of His purpose. Gratitude becomes the bridge that connects us to His divine wisdom and direction. As we move through the day, let us remain mindful of the blessings we've received. It is easy to get caught up in the business of life, but when we practice gratitude, we train ourselves to notice the goodness of God in every moment. We begin to see that He is at work in even the smallest details of our lives. A kind word from a stranger, the beauty of nature, or the laughter of a child. All of these are gifts from God, and we can be thankful for them. In our moments of gratitude, we acknowledge that God is present with us in every aspect of our lives. Let us also remember that Thanksgiving is not just for the good times, but for the difficult moments as well. It is in those times that our faith is tested and our trust in God is refined. When we face challenges, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. But when we choose to give thanks, even in those moments, we shift our focus from the problem to the solution. We remember that God is bigger than any problem and that His power is greater than any challenge. In the midst of hardship, Thanksgiving becomes an act of surrender and trust in God's ability to turn every situation around for our good. Thanking God each morning is a powerful way to start the day with intention and purpose. It helps us cultivate a heart of gratitude that stays with us throughout the day. When we express thanks, we acknowledge that we are not in control, but that God is. We trust that He will guide our steps, provide for our needs, and protect us from harm. We can face the day with confidence, knowing that His presence goes before us. Gratitude is a gift that keeps on giving. The more we give thanks, the more we realize how much we have to be thankful for. It becomes a cycle of blessing that continues to grow. The more we recognize and appreciate the good in our lives, the more good we attract. God's blessings are endless, and when we live with a heart of gratitude, we open ourselves up to receive even more of His love and provision. Gratitude transforms our hearts, our minds, and our lives, bringing us closer to God and His divine purpose for us. As we continue to give thanks each morning, we must remember that this practice is not merely a routine, but a profound act of faith. Every time we express gratitude, we acknowledge the countless ways in which God has been faithful to us. It's easy to overlook the ordinary blessings, waking up with breath in our lungs, having a roof over our heads, the people who care about us. All of these are gifts, and acknowledging them helps us align ourselves with God's will. Through this simple act, we experience a deeper connection with His love and provision, and we begin to see that every day is a divine opportunity. There is power in gratitude, particularly when we start our days with it. It is not only an expression of thanksgiving, but also a declaration of trust. Each time we thank God for the blessings we have, we express our faith in His goodness and His ability to provide. This act shapes our hearts to be more receptive to His blessings, and it opens the door for more miracles to manifest in our lives. When we start the day by acknowledging God's presence, we invite Him to lead us through the day. We are not just thanking Him for what has been, but also for what is yet to come. We are trusting that He is in control, that He is the author of our stories, and that He will equip us with everything we need. A morning filled with gratitude doesn't just affect our spiritual lives. It changes our perspective on everything. It brings a sense of peace and clarity to our minds, preparing us for the day ahead. When we remember to give thanks, we step out of bed with an attitude of possibility rather than a sense of dread or frustration. We stop focusing on what we don't have and begin to recognize the abundance that already exists. Gratitude shifts our energy from lack to abundance, from fear to faith, and from hopelessness to hope. It becomes a lens through which we see the world and everything in it. And with this perspective, our actions and responses to challenges are transformed. Gratitude also reminds us that God's presence is constant. It is not just in the good moments, but in the difficult ones as well. Each challenge we face is an opportunity for God to show us His power and faithfulness. When we thank God during times of trial, we acknowledge His sovereignty over all things. It is in these moments that we begin to understand that God is shaping us, growing us, and preparing us for something greater. Even when we cannot see the way forward, our gratitude becomes an anchor that keeps us grounded in His promises. God uses these times to teach us to lean on Him more fully, and He often reveals His love to us in deeper ways through our struggles. As we cultivate a heart of gratitude, we begin to experience a shift in our relationships with others. Gratitude not only draws us closer to God, but also opens our hearts to those around us. When we are thankful for the blessings we receive, we are more likely to share those blessings with others. Gratitude creates a ripple effect, one that spreads from our hearts to the hearts of those we encounter. When we approach others with a thankful attitude, we become a source of encouragement, light, and hope. Our gratitude reminds others that they too have much to be thankful for, and that God is present in their lives, even in the most challenging moments. Furthermore, gratitude deepens our connection to the community around us. It helps us see the divine in the people we interact with. Every person we meet is a unique reflection of God's image, and when we recognize this, we are more likely to express kindness, patience, and understanding. As we thank God for the people in our lives, we begin to view them through a lens of grace and compassion. Even when people disappoint or hurt us, gratitude helps us release judgment and extend forgiveness. It transforms our hearts into vessels of God's love, and in doing so, we become more aligned with His will for us. Another aspect of gratitude is its role in our mental health. A heart filled with thanks is a heart at peace. When we focus on what is good, lovely, and praiseworthy, our minds are freed from negativity and worry. Thankfulness helps us to overcome anxiety and stress, reminding us that God is bigger than any obstacle we face. When we give thanks, we shift our focus from problems to solutions, from struggles to victories. It reminds us that God is always working in the background, orchestrating every detail of our lives for our good. This shift in perspective allows us to trust God more fully, knowing that we are never alone in our journey. Gratitude, when practiced consistently, leads to a life of joy. This joy is not dependent on circumstances, but is rooted in the steadfast love of God. It is a deep and abiding sense of contentment that comes from knowing that we are loved by the Creator of the universe, that He has a plan for our lives, and that He is with us every step of the way. When we start our mornings by counting our blessings, we cultivate an attitude of joy that lasts throughout the day. This joy is contagious, and it becomes a source of strength and encouragement for those around us. In addition to transforming our attitudes and relationships, gratitude empowers us to take action. When we are thankful for the resources and opportunities God has given us, we are more inclined to use them for His glory. Gratitude motivates us to serve others, to be faithful stewards of the talents and gifts God has entrusted to us. It calls us to live with purpose and intention, knowing that everything we have is a gift from God and should be used to bring Him honor. As we express our thanks, we are reminded that our lives are not our own, but are meant to be lived for His purposes. Gratitude encourages us to pursue our calling with passion and dedication, trusting that God will provide everything we need along the way. Through gratitude, we also open ourselves to receiving more from God. When we are thankful for what we have, we acknowledge that God is the source of every good thing, and we trust that He will continue to bless us abundantly. Our hearts become more receptive to His gifts, and we begin to recognize the many ways in which He is at work in our lives. Gratitude shifts our mindset from scarcity to abundance, reminding us that there is always more than enough when we trust in God's provision. It opens the floodgates of heaven, allowing God's blessings to flow into our lives in ways we could never have imagined. As we continue on our journey of gratitude, let us remember that it is a practice, not a one-time event. Each day is an opportunity to give thanks for the goodness of God. The more we practice gratitude, the more it becomes a natural part of who we are. It shapes our hearts, minds, and spirits, aligning us with God's will and drawing us closer to His heart. Gratitude brings us peace, joy, and contentment, and allows us to see the beauty and blessings that are all around us. Every morning is a new chance to give thanks, to recognize God's goodness, and to live in alignment with His divine purpose for our lives. Let us embrace each day with a heart full of thanksgiving, knowing that as we do, we are inviting God to lead us, guide us, and bless us beyond measure. As we continue to practice gratitude each morning, let us remember that it is not just a ritual or a mere habit, but a profound way of living. It is the acknowledgement of God's unwavering presence and the recognition of His divine blessings in all aspects of our lives. Every moment that we breathe, every step we take, and every gift we receive comes from the gracious hand of our Creator. When we begin our day with thankfulness, we are shifting the focus from the distractions and challenges of the world to the infinite goodness of God. We are consciously choosing to turn our hearts toward Him and express our dependence on His love and provision. Starting the day with gratitude creates a spiritual foundation that can carry us through even the most difficult of circumstances. There will be moments when things don't go as planned, when obstacles appear too big to overcome, and when we feel overwhelmed. But in these moments, gratitude can be our anchor, reminding us that God's promises are true and that He will never leave us or forsake us. By simply thanking Him for His presence, we invite His peace into our hearts. When our hearts are filled with gratitude, fear, doubt, and anxiety cannot take root. We begin to see beyond the immediate struggles and understand that God's plan is always greater than any momentary setback. There is something so beautiful and transforming about starting the day with a prayer of thanks. It becomes a sacred act of submission, where we acknowledge that our lives are not our own, but belong to Him. By surrendering our plans, worries, and hopes to Him, we demonstrate trust in His guidance. This prayerful attitude sets the tone for the rest of the day, shifting our focus from what we do not have to all that we do have. It causes us to stop and reflect on the countless ways that God has shown up in our lives, the relationships we have, the strength He provides, and the opportunities He opens for us. When we begin each day by thanking God, we are opening ourselves to His divine will. We are choosing to move in alignment with His purpose, trusting that He will direct our steps. Gratitude is also a powerful way of cultivating a positive mindset. In a world that often emphasizes what we lack or what we desire, gratitude helps us refocus on what is already abundant in our lives. It teaches us to look at our circumstances through the lens of God's provision and grace. When we give thanks, we remind ourselves that there is always something to be thankful for, no matter how small it may seem. Whether it's the warm rays of sunlight that greet us in the morning, or the kindness of a friend, every blessing is a reflection of God's love. By expressing gratitude, we not only acknowledge these blessings, but also invite more of God's goodness into our lives. When we give thanks for what we have, it opens the door for even greater blessings to flow in. Gratitude aligns us with God's heart, and when we align ourselves with Him, we can trust that He will continue to pour His blessings into our lives. Moreover, gratitude leads to greater contentment. In a culture that constantly pushes for more success, more possessions, more achievements, gratitude teaches us to appreciate what we already have. It helps us to see that true fulfillment does not come from external accomplishments, but from recognizing the gifts we have already received. By giving thanks each morning, we cultivate a sense of peace and satisfaction, knowing that we are enough just as we are. We don't need to chase after things to feel fulfilled, because our fulfillment comes from the presence of God. We are whole and complete in Him. Gratitude reminds us of this truth and helps us to walk in the freedom that comes from knowing that we are already blessed. This practice of giving thanks also has a profound effect on our relationships. When we are thankful, we are more likely to express appreciation to others. Gratitude opens our hearts to those around us, and it encourages us to look for the good in others. Instead of focusing on what others may not have done or how they may have disappointed us, gratitude shifts our focus to the positive qualities in the people we interact with. It helps us to see them through the eyes of love and grace rather than judgment or criticism. When we express gratitude for the people in our lives, we strengthen our relationships and create a sense of mutual respect and admiration. A thankful heart is always generous with its love and appreciation. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens our faith. When we reflect on the ways God has blessed us, we are reminded of His faithfulness and provision in the past. This remembrance encourages us to trust Him more fully in the present and future. Gratitude is a testimony of God's goodness and a declaration that we believe in His promises. Each time we thank Him, we affirm that we believe He is working in our lives, even when we cannot see the full picture. Gratitude helps us to remember that God is sovereign and that everything He does is for our good. This unwavering faith in God's character and His ability to work all things together for good allows us to face the challenges of life with hope and confidence. One of the most beautiful aspects of gratitude is its ability to transform our outlook on life. When we approach each day with a heart of thanksgiving, we begin to see the beauty in even the smallest moments. The mundane becomes sacred, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Gratitude helps us to appreciate life as it is, not just as we wish it to be. It opens our eyes to the blessings we may have overlooked or taken for granted. By simply pausing to give thanks, we become more present and aware of God's presence in our lives. We begin to see that He is at work in every moment, whether in the joy of a sunny morning or in the quiet stillness of a rainy afternoon. With gratitude, we are able to appreciate each day as a precious gift, knowing that God is with us in every moment. In addition to transforming our perspective, gratitude also enhances our emotional well-being. It has been scientifically proven that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Gratitude shifts our mindset from focusing on the negative aspects of life to recognizing the positive, which can significantly improve our mood. When we express thanks, we are acknowledging the goodness of God, and this act of recognition fills our hearts with peace and joy. We are less likely to become consumed by worry or fear when we are focused on all the things we have to be grateful for. Gratitude helps us to release negative emotions and cultivate a heart of joy and contentment. Gratitude is not only an individual practice, but also a communal one. When we express gratitude, we create an atmosphere of gratitude around us. Our thankfulness becomes contagious, and it has the power to uplift those around us. When we thank God for His blessings, we invite others to do the same. Gratitude is a unifying force, bringing people together in a shared recognition of God's goodness. As we express our gratitude, we inspire others to reflect on the ways God has been faithful in their lives. It creates a ripple effect, spreading love and encouragement throughout our communities. Lastly, gratitude opens our hearts to greater opportunities. When we are thankful for what we have, we position ourselves to receive more from God. Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to abundance, from scarcity to prosperity. It opens our eyes to the possibilities that lie ahead, reminding us that God is always at work, preparing us for something greater. By giving thanks for the present, we make room for God's future blessings to flow into our lives. Gratitude is an invitation for God to do more in us and through us. And when we respond with a heart of thankfulness, we make ourselves available for the next chapter of God's plan. Each day, as we rise and reflect on all that God has done, let us remember that gratitude is a powerful tool that transforms our hearts and minds. It deepens our connection with God, strengthens our faith, and opens our eyes to the blessings all around us. Through gratitude, we not only honor God, but also invite His peace, joy, and provision into every area of our lives. As we give thanks each morning, we are setting ourselves on a path of blessing, peace, and divine purpose. Let us continue to cultivate hearts of gratitude, knowing that as we do, we will experience the fullness of God's love and grace in every moment of our lives. As we step into each new day, let us take a moment to center ourselves and remind our hearts that gratitude is not just a word we speak, but a way of life. In the quiet moments of our morning, before the world rushes in, we have the sacred opportunity to acknowledge God's presence and grace. We are reminded of the fact that God is not a distant figure, but a loving Father who is intimately involved in every detail of our lives. When we begin each day with thanksgiving, we are aligning ourselves with His will, opening our hearts to receive His blessings, and positioning ourselves to see His hand at work in all things. Gratitude is a spiritual practice that allows us to reconnect with our purpose and our Creator. It is not merely about being thankful for what we have, but it's about acknowledging the greatness of God and recognizing that everything we have is a gift from Him. The beauty of gratitude is that it shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. When we give thanks, we are acknowledging that the things we often take for granted, our health, our family, our jobs, and the ability to breathe and live, are not just coincidences, but are divine gifts from a loving God. By practicing gratitude each morning, we invite God's presence into our hearts and allow His peace to wash over us. When we open our eyes in the morning, we are reminded of the countless ways in which God has already provided for us, from the simplest things like the warmth of the sunlight or the ability to take a deep breath, to the greater things such as the relationships we are blessed with and the work He has set before us. There is always something to be thankful for. And even in those moments when life feels heavy, when the world seems overwhelming, and when the weight of our problems threatens to consume us, gratitude becomes our shield. It is in those very moments that we must pause and thank God for His presence, for His promises, and for the strength that He provides. When we practice gratitude, we are actively choosing to focus on the goodness of God rather than the trials that come our way. Life may not always be easy, and we may face difficulties that challenge us beyond measure, but in those moments we have the choice to give thanks. In fact, the more we are faced with challenges, the more we should turn our hearts to gratitude. The Bible teaches us to give thanks in all circumstances, not because we are thankful for the trials themselves, but because we trust that God is working in and through them. Even in the hardest moments, we know that He is with us, carrying us through, and that His plan for us is far greater than what we can see in the present moment. There is something profoundly humbling about waking up each day and taking a moment to acknowledge the blessings that surround us. It reminds us that we are not in control of everything, but that God is. We do not have to figure it all out on our own because He has already gone before us. Each morning as we offer our thanks, we are surrendering our lives to His divine guidance. It is a beautiful act of trust and faith, acknowledging that He is the source of every good thing in our lives. It is a simple but powerful reminder that He is the one who holds our future in His hands, and that no matter what lies ahead, He will be with us every step of the way. Gratitude also has the power to shift our mindset and transform the way we see the world. It changes our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Often we find ourselves focused on what we don't have, the things we are striving for, or the desires that have not yet been fulfilled. But when we take the time to give thanks, we begin to see that we already have everything we need in this moment. We realize that the blessings we have, though they may seem small at times, are far more than enough. And in recognizing this, we are able to let go of the need to constantly pursue more. We find contentment in the present moment, knowing that God has provided for us in every way. Furthermore, gratitude has a ripple effect. When we practice thankfulness in our own lives, it spreads to others. Gratitude is contagious. When we choose to give thanks, we not only invite more blessings into our own lives, but we also become a blessing to those around us. Our words of gratitude can uplift others, encourage them in their own journey, and inspire them to cultivate a heart of thankfulness as well. When we express gratitude to others, we are acknowledging their worth and showing them that we see and appreciate the goodness in their lives. Gratitude then becomes a tool for building stronger relationships and fostering a spirit of unity and love. As we continue to practice gratitude each day, we may find that it transforms our relationships with others as well. When we approach others with a thankful heart, we begin to see them not as obstacles or irritations, but as people who have been placed in our lives for a reason. We begin to appreciate the unique qualities they bring to our world and recognize that just like us, they are walking through life with their own struggles, joys, and dreams. Gratitude opens our hearts to be more patient, more understanding, and more compassionate toward others. It helps us to forgive more readily, to show kindness without expecting anything in return, and to love more deeply. There is also power in collective gratitude. When we come together as a community to offer our thanks to God, there is a spiritual unity that is created. The Bible encourages us to give thanks together in the assembly of believers, for there is something powerful about joining our voices in worship and thanksgiving. When we gather with others to praise God and thank Him for His goodness, our hearts are lifted and our faith is strengthened. It is a reminder that we are not alone in this journey and that we are part of a greater family that shares in the blessings and burdens of life. Together, our gratitude becomes a form of worship, honoring God and acknowledging His faithfulness in our lives. In times of difficulty, when it feels as though we are walking through a storm, gratitude can become the anchor that holds us steady. When we don't know where to turn or what to do, gratitude reminds us that we can still find peace in the midst of the storm. It centers us on the truth that God is faithful, that He is sovereign, and that He is working everything for our good. Even in our darkest moments, we can still give thanks for His presence and for the hope that He offers. Gratitude helps us to remember that the storm is temporary, but God's love and faithfulness are eternal. It shifts our focus from the chaos around us to the peace that is found in Him alone. When we reflect on the blessings in our lives, we also begin to see the ways in which God has shaped and molded us through our experiences. Every challenge we face, every triumph, and every moment of growth is a testimony to His work in us. Gratitude becomes an opportunity to reflect on the person we are becoming and to give thanks for the transformation that is taking place in our hearts. We may not always see the changes immediately, but as we look back, we can see how God has been faithful to shape us, refine us, and help us grow into the people He created us to be. In this journey of life, it is easy to get caught up in the business of our days, the demands of our work, and the distractions of the world. But gratitude grounds us in the present moment and helps us to remain focused on what truly matters. It invites us to slow down, to pause and to take in the blessings that surround us. Let us remember that every new day is a gift from God, and it is an opportunity to give thanks for all that He has done and will continue to do in our lives. Gratitude not only transforms our hearts, but also transforms our entire outlook on life. It fills us with peace, joy, and contentment, and it strengthens our faith and relationships. As we give thanks for the blessings we have, we open ourselves to receive even more of God's goodness. And as we share our gratitude with others, we create a ripple effect of blessing and love that extends far beyond ourselves. So let us continue to thank God for each day, each breath, and each blessing, knowing that He is good. He is faithful and He is with us always. In conclusion, as we start each new day, let us remember the profound power of gratitude. It is a practice that centers our hearts, aligns our spirits with God's will, and transforms the way we see the world. By giving thanks, we acknowledge that every blessing, big or small, is a gift from our loving Creator, and we open ourselves to His presence in every moment. Gratitude shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance, reminding us of the countless ways God has already provided for us. When we give thanks, we not only honor God's faithfulness in our own lives, but we also inspire those around us to embrace a heart of thankfulness. Gratitude strengthens relationships, builds community, and fosters unity in ways that words alone cannot express. Even in the most challenging of times, gratitude becomes our anchor, keeping us grounded in the truth that God is with us, working all things for our good. So as we rise each morning, let us take a moment to reflect, to offer our thanks, and to trust in the blessings yet to come. Let gratitude be our daily prayer, for in it we find peace, joy, and the assurance that God is with us every step of the way. May we continue to count our blessings, knowing that with a grateful heart, we are drawing closer to the abundant life that God has promised us.